Good afternoon and welcome to the WAVY Digital Desk. I'm your host, Sarah Good. Today we're going to be talking about a summer reading program from Norfolk Public Library. Now, this program is open to all ages, adults and children, so anyone watching, this applies to you. And today we're going to have Daryl Quinca talk to us about the program, how you can get involved, prizes, and what it's all about. And there's also going to be a nutrition aspect that we're going to get into as well for children 17 and under. So if you will, I'm going to bring on Daryl right now. Daryl, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you doing?
I know I get the morning, afternoon, it's a Monday. Just to get us started, I guess the first important piece of this really is the reading is open to all ages, children and adults. Can you just tell us why reading in general, especially in these summer months, is something that you all obviously want to highlight and push for all ages?
The biggest thing is just like we invite all the kids and adults of all ages to participate. Kids especially because it promotes literacy throughout the summer and a continuing education throughout the summer. And it also helps play up our theme as like Norfolk wanting to be a city of learners.
Right. And I know that's something that you all do year round. This is just a particularly important time, as you mentioned, that kids are at home to give them opportunities, to give free, accessible opportunities too to people in the community. So tell us, this theme this summer, it's Adventure Begins at Your Library. What does that mean?
Well, I feel like Adventure Begins at Your Library is a great theme for the summer. I mean, who doesn't love a new summer adventure? And that's what the summer reading program is. It's an adventure stretching across the pages of a book. It allows everybody to like think about like what's going on this summer and then just really enjoy it, like be away from school, but continuing that learning, that whole like learning process. And even for adults too, because like it's a good way to like escape from like your work day. It's a good way to like blow off steam and just like get lost in like the pages of a book.
Absolutely. And I think, the piece of this that's fun and interesting is there's obviously so much to choose library. You're not choosing, what the curriculum is per se, but can you talk a little bit about people, how they'll get in, what books they're going to read, how they're sort of going to log their summer progress?
The fun thing about this is like really that there's no, like you said, there's no curriculum. You can choose whatever you want to read. If you want to read some fiction, you want to read the newspaper, you want to read some comic books. It just allows for like open reading throughout the entire summer. The idea is just to really like get in the practice of like reading and like reading every day, so that you're just kind of getting the habit you just kind of get in the habit of it. So it forms into something you're like paying attention to, like day in and day out. And then you're not actually like thinking you're like, oh, I need to like go read for the summer reading problem, for the summer reading program. Then you're just like it starts becoming like something you're used to. It's like part of your daily schedule, and then you're just kind of like part of your routine where you just like pick up a book and like you wake up, like grab a cup of coffee or grab breakfast, and then you just sit down and like reading while you're going about your day.
Right. You don't want this to feel like an extra school project or work. You want this to sort of be a part of their lives.
No, no, no. And the biggest thing is like we want it to be a fun thing of your daily life. Especially during the summer when like there are so many other distractions that'll keep you from like continuing education and everything.
Absolutely. And, this is such a good opportunity as well to get out of that heat, to get out of that sun. I know that, camps can be expensive. I know opportunities can be expensive, especially nowadays, but to have opportunities, just go to your local library. And in Norfolk, there are so many that you can choose from and that you can, have their resources and their activities at.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like there are 12 different library locations you can choose to go pick up books. And the fun thing about like the reading program is that it's not just about just reading. We have a number of fun programs and events that are happening at the library day in and day out that work in conjunction with the summer reading program. So you can take time, you can go, you can check out a book, you can do some reading at a location, but there are also fun things you can do. And a lot of that is sponsored by our great partners at the Friends of the Norfolk Public Library. There are great events such as like educational events that we have that they've partnered with like Virginia Living Museum, the Virginia Aquarium, the Children's Museum of Virginia, to learn about like nature, animals out in nature, things like the like history about like pirates in the area, and things even like about like what the Cape Henry Lighthouse is there for as well. There's also fun events. There are petting zoos, by a teeny tiny farm and barnyard on wheels. You can get pretty active. They have some like yoga sessions with Calm Kids Yoga, and then there's some like kind of like just show events where we have balloon creatures by Susan, so she'll come out and make some balloon animals for patrons, and then there's also a magic show with magic shows with John Kingry.
It's great. And I mean, to have that at the library, to have that accessible for so many different communities, also partnering what you're talking about, that summer of learning, that's also for all ages. And I love that it's not separating out, kids to adults. It's not just, bring your kids in for learning opportunity, but you all are really trying to engage that larger community base.
Yeah, and again, the summer reading program is for kids and adults of all ages. Everybody, we encourage everybody to go out, spend some time reading. Like you said, especially during the heat of the middle of the day, it'd be a good time to get inside, get away, cool off, and just read, do a little bit of reading. And again, it's like it ranges anywhere from like newspapers to like nonfiction to magazines, like your favorite car magazine. A lot of kids read now the anime books and like the manga books and stuff like that. All of that counts towards towards the summer reading program. And then you just basically go online and log your minutes in, and it's a pretty easy setup to participate.
That's great. And if you need a little bit more encouragement, tell us about some of the prizes and some of the things that you could win.
Oh, well, that's a great thing. I mean, so to get signed up, it's pretty easy. All you need to do is go to www.norfolkpubliclibrary.org/SRP, and that'll get you started. So you'll sign up for the website. You'll sign up for the summer reading program. You'll enter in all your information on the Beanstack app, and then you'll log your minutes. And then there's some weekly goals for kids and for adults. But ultimately, all you need to do is to qualify for prizes is read basically just 10 minutes a day. And then when we were talking about the prizes, there's some great prizes that we're giving away for kids. Each week there's 3 prize packs each week that are giveaways. Some of the gifts include a Lego set, an electronic drum kit, an Instafilm camera. You'll get giant games like a giant set of like Monopoly games or like Uno. And then there's also like a little backpack cooler and insulated water bottle set. And so there's a set of 3 prizes each week, and then you can find those prizes on the website as well. And then for adults as well too, we're just giving away 1 prize pack each week for adults, but a lot of them, so when adults bring their children in, while they're looking to pick out a book or even enjoying one of the programs we were talking about earlier, they can sit down and log some minutes while they're at the library. And then some of those prizes include like a personal spa bundle, a candle set, a customizable belt. So there's a ton of great prizes for both children and adults.
And are these minutes, can you log them from home? Is it whenever it's able to fit into your day, these reading minutes?
Oh, yeah. You can log those minutes anytime. There's an easy way. On the Beanstack app, it shows you like the calendar, like what day of the week, the days of the week. You just click on that day. You put in how many minutes you've entered, how many minutes you've read. There's also a reading timer there, so you could just click on the timer when you start reading, and then when you stop reading, just click on the app again, and then it'll log those minutes automatically for you. And that's all available on the website.
That's great. And that's a great tool, for people to actually see their progress as well. See how
Yeah.
they're getting through books and sort of maybe they can make it a challenge, right, with their friends or with their families and get involved. I also want to talk about, The library, as you mentioned, is offering so much this summer. I mean, this is really just one piece of the puzzle, and you guys are trying to make, reading and learning more accessible for the community. And you're also trying to make nutrition accessible for the community this summer as well for those kids that are. And I just want to, give some details about this program. But you all have partnered with Norfolk Public Schools Nutrition to provide free meals for all children 17 and under through August 9th, which, that is a great added benefit of this summer for people to know that there is assistance and there is nutrition programs available at some of the libraries.
Yeah, it's actually for children 18 and under.
Oh, great.
That's what the State Department of Education has put out there. And then at least once a week at every branch location that we have, we've partnered, like you said, with like Norfolk Public Schools Nutrition Department to provide free meals. And then also during that free meal program, we've partnered with our with the Friends of the Norfolk Public Library to they provide free books for everybody as well too. And so that free book program helps our local youth develop a home library collection, and then again supports the Norfolk Public Library's like motto of like, and the city of Norfolk's like motto of like creating a city of learners. And then again, that free meals program is such a huge bonus for like kids, so that like the local youth can continue to receive like healthy meals that they normally have access to throughout the school year.
Right. And
And
it's
you
a
can
great.
find, oh, and then like you can find the schedule of when the free meals and free books are available at each location on our website as well too. So that's www.norfolkpubliclibrary.org.
Perfect. And I'm going to link all of this in the chat as well. If you're on YouTube or Facebook with us, that's going to go to wavy.com. If you're watching on wavy.com, all this information from Daryl is going to be available so you can figure out what library, as he said, has available programs what day, has nutrition what day of the week so that you can be informed ahead of time. And then that program runs through August 9th. But it won't be held, I want to say, on July 4th. Just a note for those, looking just this week for programs and such to get involved. But, Daryl, I guess, the only other thing I wanted to say is that is the library, can you just talk a little bit about if you haven't been to the public library, obviously you should go. There's one in your community. But is the best way just to show up and get a library card and just get started?
Oh yeah, the easiest way to do it would be to go to your local library. You could possibly look up our event guide to see if you want to look up a fun event too to knock out like two birds with one stone. So you could go see a program and then go and like sign up for a library card. We encourage everybody to sign up for a library card. It's free, and to if you work in Norfolk or if you live in Norfolk, it's a free program to sign up for your library card. And then your library card also gives you a ton of access to not only just the books that are in the physical building, but we also have a number of like electronic resources like ebooks, e-music, e-movies. Again, you get access to all the like the great programming that we have at each of the branches, and also talking about like electronic resources. There's also a number of things you can do. You can go online. You can take like language classes. You can take different courses, and there's like different test prep and like homework help. There's so much more to that comes with your library card just than the ability to like go to your local branch and like check out a book.
Right. And people might not realize this, but if they haven't yet in this conversation, there's obviously summer reading programs, summer learning programs, activities, and for all ages. So that the library is really that could be one-stop shop every day this
Yes,
summer. Um,
absolutely.
well, Daryl, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. I mean, is there anything else that you want to highlight either about the summer learning reading program, excuse me, or just about the library in general before we sign off?
Oh no, yeah, like you said, we definitely want to highlight again that like available at every branch at least once a week is that free summer meal and free book program. Um, the summer learning program you're talking about, we're working side by side with our partners that Believe in Learning Norfolk to promote that, and they're mirroring their own theme off of the summer reading program with Adventure Begins With You, a summer of learning program. So there's speaking of more programs, they work with a lot of partners like Norfolk Master Gardener. There are a lot of outdoor events at the Virginia Zoo and Elizabeth River Trail, and even like aerobics and yoga sessions with Prime Plus Senior Center. So again, like making your way to the library is just opens a door to a huge summer of adventure through the summer reading program and all of our other partners.
Well, Daryl, thank you so much. And just to reiterate to anyone out there, I will put all the links as well as if you want to get to the Summer of Learning link, that will all be available through the link on YouTube and Facebook right now and wavy.com and all this information. And I love what you just said there, that, it's just the first step really into this whole adventure of this summer. And hopefully, I guess you hope it'll continue throughout the rest of the year and maybe years to come. Maybe this is the gateway for some people to get involved.
Oh yeah, because again, we're not obviously the biggest thing we're promoting right now is the summer reading program, but again, with the idea that like Norfolk Public Library and the city of Norfolk wants to create a city of learners. Learning again doesn't stop during the school year; it continues on through the summer and then all throughout the year. So there's always a whole bunch of like programs and resources available all throughout the year through Norfolk Public Library.
Amazing. Well, Daryl, thank you again. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone watching. Again, more information will be linked, and then you can get out to the Norfolk Public Libraries this summer to get involved in the summer reading program. But Daryl, thank you so much for joining me again, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Take care.